Hi, I'm Blake.
And I'm Ian.
And this is Awk and All.
A podcast.
That's it. That's what that is.
Indeed.
This is a podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's
People,
our podcast.
It's ours. People watch it and listen to it, and it's a good time.
It's a good time. It's a real good time. Fun times are had by all.
Everybody.
But more so by us.
Yeah, definitely us.
Yeah.
All right. So, what you got on the agenda today?
I don't know, man. It's pretty early. We kind of...
Yeah, today's feeling early. We're doing an early one.
Yeah.
It's all right, though.
That's why I have coffee and not soda.
Soda.
Do you not like coffee?
Coffee's... It's fine. It's good. But here recently, like, over the last few months, I don't know if something changed with, like, how I digest things or anything like that, but when I've gotten coffee from places recently, I feel more sensitive to it. Like, I'll drink a little bit of the coffee and I'll feel like, I don't know, anxiety-ridden or something. Like, I feel anxious. I don't feel the way I used to when I would have caffeine. You know what I mean? Like,
This is just off a little coffee?
Off of just a little bit of coffee.
Huh.
Right. It's the weirdest thing, and I don't know. I'm not gonna like name the places, but it's one specific place that I've tested out. I need to test others, and probably try regular coffee as well. I don't know, but the last couple of times it's definitely made me feel weird off of just a little bit. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I do soda because there's some sugar, which is probably terrible for me, and there's a little bit of caffeine, and it's just enough.
Right.
So
Yeah, and it's about as dark as coffee.
it's the same colors. Yeah, you know, it's whatever.
I don't know. I'll put a little cream and sugar in mine today. I usually drink it dark.
Yeah. I don't like it almost white. Obviously, it's like way too much stuff in there, and I don't like it like completely black. I used to drink it black.
Because that's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, you know, I just thought like this is the adult man thing. I'm gonna drink my cup of coffee and have it black. Yeah.
Stare out the window in your jean jacket.
Yeah, the Kentucky tuxedo, denim on denim.
All right.
But yeah, no. But all right. So what you got today?
And I have another True Scary Stories Reddit that is more crazy than scary. It would be scary for the people in this situation, but
for us hearing it, it's more crazy than it is. It's not. We're not in it,
right.
So
yeah, it didn't make my spine tingle or anything like that.
Okay.
It's like, oh wow, I really feel bad for you guys.
Didn't feel those cheeks jump. I feel that.
Not this time. It might be jumping later with this coffee.
Maybe. Also, your cup looks gigantic in the camera. I just noticed.
Wow, it really does.
Yeah.
For scale,
It's just. I promise my hand's normal size.
Yes. Yeah. It's about average. It's bigger than small. Okay. All right.
It's average. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
This one's titled Psycho Granny.
Okay.
From user Bears Live in the Woods.
All right.
I was maybe 8, which would make my sister 12. My brother wasn't born yet, and I'm 9 years older than him, so had to be before then. Our parents were out for their anniversary dinner, which meant they'd be out till probably 12. My sister was very responsible and capable in babysitting me. I didn't find out till years later, but apparently my parents warned my sister that our grandma, my dad's mom, was manic depressive, which is old-timey talk for bipolar. I mean, it's still talk for bipolar, but they told her she was mad at my dad for holding some boundary with her and to not let her in or even respond to her if she came by the house. Of course, none of this was communicated to me. How could you tell an 8-year-old something like that? Anyway, a couple hours into the evening, we hear a knock on the door. My sister immediately shushes me and holds her finger over her lips.
Robbie, I know you're in there. Robbie,
Come open the door! I remember it like it was yesterday. I could tell it was my grandma, but I could also tell that something wasn't right. My sister moves us to the hallway where we sit quietly out of sight of any windows. Grandma keeps pounding on the door, demanding my dad let her in. Then it goes quiet for a while. I start to relax a bit. Of course that doesn't last. Suddenly a bedroom window starts getting slammed, and my grandma sounds like a fucking demon screaming for my dad. I've never heard such anger since. She moves across the whole house, pounding on every window. If she wasn't so old, she would surely have broken a window with the absolute fury she was exuding. Then it goes quiet again. But now I know better than to relax. We are just huddled together in the hallway in complete silence. I'm shaking like a leaf, and so is my sister. This grandma had played games with my sister to hurt my parents in the past, such as taking her to the mall and going to the register with some jewelry, and then saying, never mind, or buying the same jewelry for our cousin. Seriously twisted shit. As I'm typing this, I'm thinking I need to talk to my therapist about it now, LMAO. So it's been quiet for a while, and out of nowhere, we hear Grandma putting on this sweet, sweet voice and directly addressing us and trying to coax us with candy to open the door. She always had a shit ton of candy around since she was also a diabetic in serious denial. Awesome. This was the most surreal experience, as she had just sounded like Satan himself, and now she sounded like a sweet old granny again. She almost got me. Thankfully, my sister was wise beyond her years and held me tightly. Finally, it's quiet for about an hour, and my sister says it's time for bed. My bedroom faced the backyard, which had a pool and a high wall, beyond which was a vast empty field with an old railroad track through it. I was used to hearing coyotes, foxes, and other animals outside. Right as I'm winding down to fall asleep, the absolute loudest scratching on my window starts, as if fucking Freddy Krueger himself was trying to haunt my dreams. I could see the silhouette of my grandma in the moonlight as it was a full moon that night. I haven't thought about this in years, and my hair is standing at full attention on my neck as I'm typing this. Holy shit. No other windows got scratched that night, just mine. And they got pounded on, but I guess hers was the only one that got scratched.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Then it was over. I woke up the next day, and my sister was telling our parents all about it. I couldn't even be in the room while it was being discussed. A few weeks later, she died from an E. coli infection. She died like Elvis on the toilet. Why'd she have to do it like that? She died like Elvis on the toilet.
That's not what I expected.
No.
Oh my goodness. That shit caught me so off guard.
This person's funny.
Oh my god. Okay. Well.
At her viewing, they put on one of her classic flowy blouses, and there was a breeze that lifted it up a bit, causing one of my cousins to shout, "She's alive!" and run away. After the funeral, I told my mom and dad that I was glad she was gone. And according to my mom, I said, Grandma really stressed me out. She later told me no child of my age at the time should have to say their grandma stressed them out. Oh, Mom, she did more than stress me out. She terrified me more than any horror film or scary story or freaky night in the woods ever could. And I had plenty of those with my dad, who was an absolute wild mountain man. Both my parents are gone now, and I wish I would have told them about my experience that night. But I trust that my sister told them what they needed to know. Now I have a 4-year-old daughter, and my wife's parents are the complete opposite of my grandparents. Both sides of my family had seriously fucked up histories. It makes me cry when I look at pictures of her with her grandma and grandpa at their farm, riding a horse or chasing a chicken. I'm glad she gets to have the classic grandparent experience. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking to my therapist about this. P.S. I don't want anyone to think that I believe mental illness equals more violent. My wife and I both work in mental health, and despite my personal experience with my psycho granny, I don't project that onto anyone else who suffers from mental illness. It manifests in so many ways, the vast majority of which are not violent. In fact, mentally ill people are far more likely to be the victims of violence than perpetrators. How about that?
Yeah, that, bro. I mean, obviously, like mental health and and everything like that plays a factor there. So, like they said at the end, like, you know, with grace, obviously this isn't the case for every single person that deals with these things, but to go through that experience, especially as a child, bro, like, I wouldn't know what to do. I would automatically jump to possession, which I don't know how hot of a take it is. I think that's what many people have done over the centuries, but
yeah, she's a witch.
Immediately.
Burn her!
It's like, girl in town's acting a little funny. I don't know. Not quite being herself. And then, yeah. Anyways, that's off topic. But it would just be really insane. Like, even, especially as a child, like, I think just in watching movies and everything like that, I would immediately jump to, like, grandma's possessed, bro. Like, she's beating on windows. Yeah. She's, like, some windows are getting scratched on. And, like,
the fact that their parents had to warn them about it, and they're just trying to go out for a little night on the town. It's their anniversary. They got to have a good time.
I do understand it. Right. Parents deserve that.
Either way, yeah, you don't leave kids like that.
Right.
Especially.
That's the main takeaway. There's just, like, no reason to leave them with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like, not to bash anybody, but it seems like the older generations, like, seem to be in denial as far as mental health goes.
100%.
They didn't get the help they needed,
and
it grew up, and they grew up, and the problem just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let me be a little vulnerable for a second.
Sure.
I'm bipolar as well.
Right.
But this issue was caught early on.
Mm-hmm.
I got help.
Right.
And I was on meds for a little bit, turned me into a freaking zombie. But as I grew into my adult years, I'm off medicine. I've found ways to manage it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. But these older folks, the older generations, they just didn't have that. I don't know if they didn't have the support, or if...
I think it's a lack of support, and there's an air of shame in that era that if anything is wrong, especially with your child, like, you almost take it personal.
Yeah.
And, like, you try to hide it or cover it up, and just get them help. I think that's what's really cool about this day and age, and, like, people are becoming more and more accepting and understanding of different mental health issues, that people can get the help that they need, and people don't have to worry about what is everybody going to think or whatever the case may be. Like, people deserve to have that option, and, you know, like, even when we were younger, like, any kind of mental health thing that you have going on, it wasn't really widely talked about. And nobody really wanted to talk about yours. Like, when we were younger, I had no idea that there was anything really going on with you, or that you were being put on medications to try, or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, like, I think it's just cooler to know that, like, people can just walk out and just be like, yeah, I got this going on. I'm on this medication. I'm on that. People are just more accepting, and it's just normal, casual conversation that, like, everybody just wants to be whatever the best version of themselves they see themselves as. You know what I mean? And I think that's cool.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to play tit for tat here. This may come across this way, but I would much rather have ADHD than bipolar.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I just get sad randomly, and
no,
I'd rather be hyperactive all the time.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the other factor is, like, I don't quite understand how the difference. Yeah, like, you can't compare the two in any way, shape, or form. It's just a difference of brain chemical makeup and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, there's no comparison. Like, you've definitely got the harder issues to deal with, but I wish so bad that I had the hyperactivity or just the energy. Like, my brother, I, like, when we were younger, mine was categorized just as ADD. And then if anybody exhibited any higher hyperactivity functions and they were just like bouncing off the wall, then they get the ADHD.
They get the H.
They get the H in there. But now it's everything because I guess the hyperactivity is the way your brain works, which I do understand that part. I just don't get the benefits of the energy from it, which is very unfortunate. I would much rather get that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah. But yeah, no tit for tat or anything like that taken. Absolutely, yours is definitely harder. I had to watch my granddad go through some of that. So
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't get it. That one's pretty depressing. I won't get it too far into that. But
yeah, we don't have to.
I mean, not on camera or anything. I can tell you all about it. But yeah.
And we're trying to stay somewhat positive for these folks.
Right. That's but yeah.
Yeah, man. But
yeah. the Elvis?
Yes. I was just about to say she died like Elvis on the toilet.
Yeah, 100%.
R.I.P. Granny.
No. Speaking of shitty ways to go, what? Why does your face look like that?
Because this is memory time, and I feel like
we're gonna take a little walk down memory lane today.
Oh boy,
today's one that I've been holding back. But it's a good one. It's one of the funniest, in my opinion, because I'm a child. So this goes back to the Vacation Bible School days, and I still don't know how old we were. I've yet to ask, to verify our age bracket there, but I know we were young.
We were certainly not in the double digits yet.
No, definitely not. We were well into our soccer days.
Yeah.
At that point. This goes back to Vacation Bible School. Around the time that we had first met, there was a field trip that we got to go on. We got to go on a lot of field trips, which was kind of cool. I don't even know if Vacation Bible Schools still do that for people.
I wonder.
In this economy, probably not. But
just play with the dirt.
Make mud pies. So they were taking us on a good bit of field trips, which was really cool. One in particular was the day where we just got to get ready, go out and have a fun time at the pool and go swimming.
Here it is.
Yeah.
This is the one. Let me go ahead and prepare my coffin.
So we got ready. We get we come to Vacation Bible School all ready to go swimming in our swim trunks, and we load up and we head on out to that pool. And we're having a good time. We're all splashing around, having fun.
Yeah. And
then before you know it, everybody's freaking out and panicking. And everybody's got to get out of the pool. Get out of the pool. Everybody evacuate.
Why is that, Blake?
What? Somebody shit in the pool. Somebody just lit off a half-eaten Snickers into the pool.
I wonder who that could have been.
Well... So I was in the pool having a great time. I was having fun. And then I had to get out. And then word started spreading that we're all evacuating because somebody shit in the pool. And I didn't realize it at that second who had done it. But there was a curiosity that was piqued in me. And so I had to scurry over and look into the pool and see what people were talking about. And there was just this little floating log just right near the stairs too. So it was almost as if this person had attempted. Maybe they were heading out of the pool. I don't know, but it was right near the stairs, I remember. And it was just floating around. And then I realized Ian is separated from everybody else. He's over here with the helpers of the Vacation Bible School, and he's having to stand all by himself. And
I'm in trouble.
I couldn't put it together. You were in trouble, and you were the doer of the shit.
Oh, man. Oh, that was me.
So I want to know your perspective, because I feel like to this day I've never asked you how it happened from your side, because I just remember running around the pool with some of the kids, swimming, doing all this and that, and we were in the pool, and then everyone had to get out, and that's all I know from my side.
Yeah.
What happened on yours?
So before I get into that, let me set the stage here.
I was eating Taco Bell.
Nah, I didn't even know it at the time, but apparently there's this big freak out going on. There's an E. coli outbreak.
That was a really big panic at the time.
Yeah, so this is the reason everybody was freaking out so much. Of course, everybody's going to be freaking out anyway because there's shit in the pool.
Yeah, that's a normal thing to freak out over.
Yeah,
but it was alarming. Everybody was terrified. Like, not so much the kids, because like I don't think we had a grasp on all that going on at the time. But like the people that were over us were like, bro,
get out
of the pool.
But I was also having a good time, splashing around, having fun. I had to go to the bathroom, obviously. But I didn't want to get out of the pool.
Nice. Okay. Selfish.
And one of our teachers, I remember this. I don't know exactly how, but one of the teachers had really irked me that day. So I go to a little area. It's like right when the shallow end is about to meet the deep end.
Yeah.
That's where this teacher is hanging out. And I think they're preoccupied with somebody else. And I just pull my swim trunks down, do a little curl, do a little float, and just let it drop.
This was a vengeful shit?
This was revenge shit, yes.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
Aimed at one person.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, everybody else got punished for it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And what's crazy is I go over to the wall, the shallowest part, like where everybody's first getting in by the stairs. Yeah. And I'm just kind of leaning on the wall watching things happen. The teacher that I'm not mad at ends up stepping on it.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm watching right where I dropped it, and she steps on it, and she looks down for a couple seconds like, what is this? And then she realizes it from the color, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the chaos starts.
I wonder if that's what caused it to, like, float up, because
maybe.
I remember it floating in the water.
She might have kicked it up, yeah. And gave it a little bit of buoyancy.
Yeah, a little bit to come back to the surface, because I that's the only part that I've ever remembered vividly.
And somehow
I remember us singing songs on the bus,
right,
as well. Like the what's that one where you like Barney's dead and then you flush him down the toilet or something? Ironic that we were singing a song with a toilet involved, but I remember
Something-
singing that on the bus. I remember swimming in the pool.
It had the melody of Jingle Bells, didn't it? Barney's dead.
So maybe. Man, I can't remember.
Yeah.
No. Joy to the World.
I do not remember this. Okay, it's coming back to me.
I don't know the words though anymore.
Barney's dead.
We barbecued his head.
That.
We flushed him down the toilet. I don't know. Something. It's along
it's
those
coming.
lines.
It's coming.
You know what I mean? But I remember singing that on the bus, which is wild that we were in vacation Bible school and they were just letting us sing that on the bus.
They were probably singing it with us.
They probably were. That was crazy to
tired
go
of
back
Barney.
and think about. And so we were these are the snippets that are most in my head. Is like we were singing that, we were on the bus, we went swam in the pool, running around, and then the log in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that vividly. Never forgot it, and I still think it took me a while to like put it together that you did it.
After looking around and seeing that I was
that you did
separated.
it. Yeah, I think.
But
it
after
started to click.
after she stepped on it,
That's crazy.
somehow, like she knew exactly where to look. I don't know how. I guess they knew I was in a mischievous mood that day, but she looked over at me. She sees me like got a little snicker going on my face. She's like, "You out." And I admitted to it after a couple of times being asked.
I would have never.
No, I
Wasn't me, bro.
I was notorious for telling on myself.
Yeah, you kind of were.
All the compulsive lying started whenever I started getting in trouble more and more. I didn't want to get in trouble. That was something I had to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
because
I think that's like normal childhood stuff that you have to like work past. Because nobody wants to be in trouble, so it just kind of triggers this thing where you just lie about it.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, good on you for being honest, I guess.
yeah, but yeah, everybody got out of the pool. I'm
Yeah.
in trouble.
Right.
I'm kicked out for the rest of the week. I can't come back to Vacation Bible School
Really?
for that week.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I had to get tested, make sure I didn't have E. coli.
Wow.
They sent out a letter to all the parents letting them know that this child, of course, they didn't say my name,
Which, good. They shouldn't. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
that this child did not have E. coli, so there's nothing to worry about. They ended up draining that pool and closing it for 2 weeks. I remember that.
I do remember them talking about needing to drain it.
Yeah.
And me personally, like, I was just like, isn't there chlorine? You just scoop it out, it cleans it. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of pools at that point, by the way. Like, I know that it's a little bit more in depth than that. But as a child, I was just like, what's the big deal, bro? Scoop that shit out of there. It's supposed to clean itself.
I didn't even know what E. coli was, of course.
No, yeah, the whole E. coli thing was like completely off my radar. I don't even think my parents were telling me that there was an outbreak of that at that point. I know that there was now,
Yeah.
and like you can go back and you can like look into like for whatever reason E. coli. There was like Ebola. There was like so many different ones around that time period that like people were freaking out over everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Crazy. I can't believe it was a revenge shit.
Revenge. Shit.
What did she do to you?
I don't remember.
Okay. So it wasn't worth a shit.
No. Good. I see what you did there.
That's unintentional.
They always are. The
Yeah,
best ones
the
always
best
are.
ones, yeah, usually. That's crazy. Revenge shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But look here. It made for a good story to tell.
No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then a couple years
think-
later, your brother stole the show in our home pool.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Shout out, buddy. You asked for this.
I'll leave it there. He got his shout out. So,
Yeah.
yeah. In the meantime, revenge shit. I can't get my mind off of it. That's insanity. Huh. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that was rather insane back then.
some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yep.
Good on you, man. Proud of you.
Thank you. Cue the applause.
Yeah. Throw it in there.
All right, so yeah, I guess that was a scary situation for everybody.
Yeah. So this episode could just be full of scary stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, especially this one. This story always kind of freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about dolls in general.
It depends. I'm good with most. Growing up, my aunt had this Raggedy Andy, Raggedy Ann set, like the classic OG ones. They were a little unsettling. That being made way worse when I found out later about Annabelle.
Yeah.
But
the actual Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
How about that?
So that in itself was like and more creeped out by old porcelain dolls.
Those are freaky.
Those get me.
Yeah.
Those real vintagey looking ones. There's something.
Yeah, Mom used to have some of those just sitting in the hallway. And
a little unsettling.
Yeah, I had to. It was always at the end of the hallway, too, right before I get to my room. And I just can't. I feel like I had to keep going to my room sideways so I wouldn't look at it, especially at night.
Don't jump down at me.
Yeah. But this doll in particular is not porcelain.
Okay, all right.
We've all experienced it. That eerie feeling that something or someone was watching us. That an inanimate object had in actuality come alive. In Key West, many have not only experienced that feeling, but have also witnessed it when viewing the famous toy, Robert the Doll. Have you heard of him?
No, I don't think I've looked into that one.
It's crazy, man. The story of Robert the Doll dates back to the early 1900s when a young boy named Eugene Robert Otto was given a one-of-a-kind handmade doll by a servant that worked for his parents in his home. Eugene, who everyone called Gene, named the doll Robert and quickly became attached to his new friend. The home where Eugene lived, now called the Artist's House, is located at 534 Eaton Street, and was built between 1890 and 1898. It was here that Eugene was given Robert the Doll, and where a friendship that lasted throughout his lifetime and beyond was forged. While he seemed like an ordinary cloth doll, it wasn't long before Robert was involved in strange and somewhat terrifying events. The first hint that something out of the ordinary was happening was one night when Gene, who was only 10 years old, awoke to find Robert the Doll sitting at the end of his bed staring at him. Moments later, his mother was awakened by his screams for help and the sounds of furniture being overturned in her son's bedroom. Gene cried for help, begging his mother to rescue him. When she finally was able to wrench the locked door open, she saw poor Gene curled up in fear on his bed, his room in shambles, and Robert the Doll sitting at the foot of the bed. "Robert did it," were the only words Gene could get out. The same words he would later use many times throughout his childhood when something strange, mysterious, or destructive would happen. Nobody knows for sure why or how this child's plaything could actually wreak havoc on a child's bedroom or do anything at all. After all, it was just a toy, right? But the weird and inexplicable didn't stop at that one occurrence. Gene's parents would often hear their son upstairs talking to the doll and getting a response back in a totally different voice. They reported seeing the doll speak and witnessing his expression change. Giggling and sightings of Robert running up the steps or staring out the upstairs window were also reported. Robert continued to live with Gene throughout his lifetime, and after Gene's parents died, he moved back into their home with his wife, Anne. Gene decided that the doll needed a room of his own and placed him in the upstairs room that had a window overlooking the street. Anne felt uneasy with Robert in the house, and although she couldn't put her finger on it, she wanted Gene to lock the doll up in the attic where he could do no harm. Gene conceded, And as one could imagine, Robert the doll was not happy with his new digs. Soon, visitors to the home heard footsteps in the attic, the sounds of someone pacing back and forth and devilish giggling. Neighborhood children reported seeing Robert watching them from the window in the upstairs bedroom and told accounts of the doll actually mocking them as they walked to school. When Gene heard this, he immediately went to investigate, knowing that he had locked Robert in the attic and there was no way he could be sitting by the window of the upstairs bedroom. But to his complete shock, when he opened the door to the bedroom, there was Robert.
No way, bro.
Sitting in the rocking chair by the window. Gene locked Robert back up in the attic several times, each time discovering him again sitting by the window in the same upstairs bedroom. Gene Otto died in 1974, and when a new owner moved into the house on Eaton Street, their 10-year-old daughter was delighted to find Robert the doll in the attic. But her delight ended soon when she claimed that Robert was alive and that the doll wanted to hurt her. She awoke often in the middle of the night screaming in fear and told her parents that Robert had moved about in the room. It wasn't long before Robert the doll was given away, and today he lives in the East Martello Fort, where visitors from all over the world come to see him. Many believe that the origin of Robert's evil lies in the one who originally gave him to Gene Otto, the servant who worked for Gene's parents. This woman was supposedly mistreated by her bosses, and to punish them, it is believed that she cursed the doll with voodoo and black magic. That might explain the many mysterious and frightening experiences people have had with Robert the doll. But if so, wouldn't the haunting end when the owners died? No one really knows for sure. But one thing remains constant. Robert the doll continues to taunt and scare those who come to view him, especially guests to the museum who attempt to take photos. Many have reported their cameras becoming inoperable when they tried to take a picture of Robert, only to begin working again when they left the museum. Robert the doll sits inside a glass case, but it doesn't seem to stop him from inflicting fear and discomfort to museum staff and visitors. Staff members report that Robert's facial expression changes, hearing demonic giggling, and have even seen Robert put his hand up to the glass. Meet Robert at the East Martello Museum. Visitors are welcome to view Robert in his special case at the museum and, of course, encouraged to try and get a photo, though most who've tried have been unsuccessful. If nothing else, get a close look at Robert and watch him carefully. Try to catch a glimpse of him smirking at you, moving about in his case, or watching you as you watch him. I'm going to show you a picture of this doll, and we'll just share the picture right about here.
No, I can put the picture right here.
Let's see.
We'll definitely throw that in.
You can see all those letters behind him on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Those are apparently letters that people have written him because they have a sign up that says, remember, you have to ask permission before you take a picture of Robert. And they say if you get his permission, you'll see a little glint in his eyes. The people who don't get his blessing before taking a picture or disrespect him, they go home and keep having this crazy stuff happen to them.
Really?
So they write letters to Robert saying, please stop.
No way.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that doesn't even, first you're telling a story and I was like, I kind of want to go see this thing. And then I kind of don't.
Yeah, there's this French girl on Reddit that shared her experience. She started out giving the whole backstory of Robert, so I'm just going to skip to the end.
Oh, okay.
Her English is a little broken.
That's fine, yeah.
She asked the receptionist when they were first checking in, when asking to take a picture, if she could ask in her native French language.
Okay.
The receptionist would be like, you would be the first. So she says, the doll is tall, sitting on a chair and enclosed in a glass cage. Behind him, letters of apology from multiple countries, Mexico, Germany, all written in English, and imploring Robert to break the curse he cast on them, which dissuaded us being impolite. I take my courage in both hands and say, hello, Robert. I am from France and will be delighted to take you in picture. Could I? I take a picture of him and send it to all my friends via Snapchat to show that I was the bravest, reckless, kid of my generation. With my photo taken, we hurriedly finished our visit and returned to the hotel. The next day, the day of the big departure, we don't have breakfast because of a lack of time. We pack our bags and climb into the car to Miami, where we'll take a plane to France in the afternoon. At 11 o'clock in the morning, we came across a Denny's, a food restaurant specialized in breakfasts. So we stop there to eat. We sit down, order, wait, receive, eat, and pay for our order. When we finish our meal, we go back to our car and we are shocked to find it in a really abnormal state. All the windows are broken except the front one. There was glass inside of our car as much as there is outside, meaning that the windows exploded and were not smashed from the outside. And more disturbing, our suitcases are intact. My headphones that were on the back seat are still in the same place as they were when I left them. We weren't robbed, we weren't carjacked, we weren't stolen. The windows just exploded, all at the same time, as if Robert did it.
Dang. That's spooky, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I don't play with stuff like that.
He's wearing this little sailor's outfit. Supposedly this is one of the little boy's older outfits that I guess he wore when he was a baby.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, he looked relatively large for a doll, so. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. No, I went from being curious enough to go see to, I'll probably avoid it.
Yeah. I still kind of do, to be honest.
I might just look in a window from outside. Or
I don't have to take a picture. I'll just say,
yeah,
hey.
I guess that's really what pisses him off is seeing a little glint in his eye. What if how do you know, man?
And there's other stories.
Take a picture, I guess.
There's other stories, mainly from the security guard that apparently still works at that museum and has been for a long time.
Yeah.
He reports Robert actually being missing from his glass cage every now and then.
I don't like that.
No, not at all.
Huh. That's spooky.
Yeah,
I like it, though. That's a good one.
That's apparently, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but this doll in particular was the inspiration for Chucky.
I was going to say I was getting Chucky vibes off of... Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've always... I wouldn't say it's a fascination.
Sure.
It's like more of a wariness.
Yeah.
When it comes to dolls.
Absolutely.
Like, especially those little ventriloquist dolls. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Dead Silence. It's one of my favorite scary movies. It's not that great, but just because of the fact that they have all those ventriloquist dolls.
Honestly, all that I needed was goosebumps. And it creeped me out when we were kids and you got one.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Could have done without that thing being around.
That was around the time I guess I let my little... It became an obsession at one point.
To try to learn how to do ventriloquism? Ventriloquism?
Well, not ventriloquism, but just like spooky stuff. Spooky dolls, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
I don't know if you remember those.
You wanted one that was creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. It was weird.
No, that's fair.
As stated before, I was...
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh,
that's
strange kid.
Yeah.
Still a strange adult, but... Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Robert the doll. I'm going to go visit him one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Key West. It's not
too far.
I'd like to go to Key West anyway.
Sure. And while you're down there, pop in on Robert.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'll let you know how it goes. I know you don't want to go.
I don't know. I mean, if you went, I can't just be like, well, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
We can make it a vacation.
If you're going to go, I might as well go.
No,
so,
I'm sure there's some more haunts down there.
Maybe we'll figure that out then.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. We'll go visit Robert.
Yeah. And when we do, we'll let y'all know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We might die, so...
Yeah, I mean, if it goes crazy, then it goes crazy, but it's worth it.
To have that spooky experience.
All right. So now we're going to bring in a little bit of trivia. We're bringing that back from the intro stuff. Just
Yeah,
some
but we're
fun
not going to have a
stuff.
little time limit on it. We're just going to roll with it.
Yeah, I think we timed it for the intro. Looking back, realizing it's not necessary. We'll just read through some questions. I think we were trying to like rapid fire, and if you need a second to think about it, whatever.
Barely anybody listened to the intro episode anyway. They probably didn't even know why I was wearing a hat in our first official episode.
Well, no, because we talked about it. We talked about it in the Get to Know Us episode too.
That's true.
And more people watched that one.
I noticed that.
It was kind of odd to me, honestly, when I look back on the views, that the shortest one has like barely anything. Like nobody cared to listen.
Nobody cares about the intros. They just want to get right into the story.
That's fine too, but like, I guess my thinking is like, it's so short, I'll just go ahead and listen to it. But
yeah, give myself a little preview here.
No,
before I make my decision.
They said, "Nah, we're just jumping right in. Give me that hour-long stuff, boy."
Hell yeah! All right,
that's cool. It's appreciated. I think it's cool that people would rather listen to the long ones than the short ones. So
yeah,
that's all good.
Yeah, that gives us a good. Either way, we appreciate the love. We were very excited to see that we got as many views as we did, as many listens as we did, just within our first week.
Oh yeah, that
cool.
First week was great.
Yeah,
and it's been steadily rolling, so it's cool, man.
Yeah,
keeping consistent, having fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Indeed. Let's see. Okay,
right.
We got the same North Dakota quarter, guys.
North Dakota makes another appearance.
Yeah, I guess we're good. We're just gonna keep having North Dakota.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Heads Ian, tails Blake.
It's tails.
Oh wow, we keep getting the Buffaloes.
There was a little bit of fear that it was going to go into your cup for some reason. I don't know why.
I tried to aim it away.
Yeah, smart. Okay. I just saw it happening, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
Reasonable fear.
Yeah.
Don't want to break it. All right. It is your turn.
All right.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
To read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just.
All right. So, what does the abbreviation R&B stand for in music?
Rhythm and blues.
Yeah, buddy. What is the name of the miniature trees grown in pots that are popular in Japan?
Bonsai.
Mm-hmm. What country is famous for Heineken beer?
Holland.
Yeah, technically. Netherlands, but yeah, pretty much the same thing. Yeah. All right, you got that. All right. In what country was Christopher Columbus born, as if anybody cares?
Fuck Christopher Columbus. Spain?
Italy.
Oh, okay. That's how much nobody cares.
That's how much nobody cares, because I also thought Spain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Italy. Weird. What do you call the area that is normally used for the first stroke of each hole in a golf course?
Say that again?
What do you call the area that is normally used for the first stroke of each hole on a golf course?
I fucking hate golf. I have no idea.
Don't let Zach hear you say that.
I'm sorry, Zach. Golf is a trigger word for me. I like mini golf, but
yeah, it's tee.
Tee.
Apparently, I'm not gonna lie here. I thought that was just the shit you put in the ground and like.
Yeah, I know they say tee off.
Right, which I guess is what this is in reference to. So, sorry, golfers.
Yeah, we're not.
Who's probably mostly only Zach. Anyways.
I got some family that's golfers as well.
No, I know plenty. It's mostly people in Shauna's family, and I think a couple of my cousins have started golfing, and I don't know, man. It's not for me.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I'm not a yuppie.
More power to y'all. What is the first name of the wife of Ozzy Osbourne?
Sharon.
Yeah. What country is famous for the beer Corona?
Mexico.
All right.
Yeah, I'm rolling through this one. I wish I had done this good.
Yeah.
First time.
You're doing pretty solid this time. Now it makes me scared that I'm going to get all of mine wrong.
Man.
In what TV series is one of the main characters named Mr. Spock?
Seriously.
Right.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So, great job. All right, man. So that's 6 out of 8. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Much better.
Way
than the
better.
last time.
Yeah. I think it's better when we don't have a time crunch. We can actually think. There's not as much pressure.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, here's the answer.
All right.
All right, it's your go.
What is the name of the blood vessels that carry blood to the heart?
The artery.
Veins.
Okay.
There's one. How many letters are in the Latin or Roman alphabet?
How many what?
How many letters are in the Latin or Roman alphabet?
Oh. I don't know. I feel like it would be something weird like 14.
Still the same as ours. 26.
26? Really?
Yep.
I thought it was like way less.
Nope.
Okay. Well, see, now I'm the one doing horrible.
Off to a great start, Blake.
Woo! I'm doing so good.
In the famous E equals MC squared formulated by Albert Einstein, what does E stand for?
Crazy energy? I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
you got
shit.
it. All
there
right.
we go. Pulled it out at the last second.
At the last second. I was about to give you the answer, too.
Boy.
What does RPG refer to in computer games?
Role-playing game?
That's it.
Okay.
What is the name of the Little Mermaid in the Disney movie of the same name?
Ariel.
It's getting simpler now. How many lives? How many lives is a cat said to have?
9.
Yeah. What number is on the opposite side of number 6 on a standard die?
1.
Yes. What is the smallest breed of dog in the world for the tie?
Huh?
Oh, well, I just said for the tie at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What is the smallest breed of dog in the world?
The smallest breed of dog in the world. Teacup Yorkie.
Chihuahua.
Ah.
Man, you almost had the tie.
I thought those little teacup shits were smaller than Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Damn, we almost tied.
I wonder if they even count the teacups as the smallest.
I don't know.
Because it's like they purposely make them that small, right?
I mean, they do. But... Oh.
No. Well,
interesting. Well, it was close to a tie.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel a little bit better because that was a rocky start.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take one off.
My 6 to your 5.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll take it. That's better than like a clean wipeout, like that one episode where I couldn't guess a single song for the music choices that you picked.
I am ready to bring that one back, though.
Yeah.
Give you a little redemption time.
That would be fun. I think I'm kind of scared of redemption, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, if we do some 80s songs, maybe you'll be able to outdo me.
Yeah, maybe in the next official episode we'll do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Very cool. Oh, man. That was another one.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, we made a name for ourselves, yeah.
Oh, man. People still doing that meme? Um,
I don't care if they're doing it or not. I'm going to do that shit.
good. Good.
It hasn't been a full 6 months since the movie came out.
You know, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. But we are rounding the end of October here. Which means we are coming to a close on spooky things.
Mm-hmm.
I think based on feedback, we're probably still going to keep some of the like unsolved mysteries or things like that around, but it won't be a plethora of spooky stuff.
Right.
Except for on a special episode coming later this week.
On Halloween.
On Halloween. So on Thursday, you can catch us doing, Halloween stuff. I'm not going to give too much away, but it'll be fun. Get ready to watch it. Wear your costumes, paint your faces, do the things, eat some candy, grab a bowl of it.
Candy corn.
Join us, and it'll be a fun time. We'll have some Halloween. I think everything that we do will probably be Halloween themed, and that's about as much as I'll give. And so get ready for that in about 2 days. So
yeah, man,
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too, and this is going to be our first special.
Yeah, this is our first special. It's Halloween time. I think over these next couple months we could probably do a couple of specials. We've got holidays all over the place that could be fun.
Yeah, maybe drop one special episode per month, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we got Thanksgiving around the corner.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I mean, it's mostly just exciting for food, not really
of course
any other reason than that. And then Christmas around the corner. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, Halloween, though. That's the main focus right now. Halloween coming Thursday. Special episode. So join us then. And, I guess all in all.
That was all in all.
It was.
Bye, my friends.
Bye, my friends.